most excited for this upcoming trip?
So for the Spain trip, well, unfortunately, they have not deemed me clear to play, or at least in like full go yet. So that part kind of stinks. But on the other side, I get like a 10-day all expenses paid trip to Spain. I get to watch some basketball and go to the beach and eat some Spanish food, and definitely not upset about that. But obviously wish I could spend like the hour or so on the court with the guys those days.
Yeah. How are you feeling in terms of just your rehab process?
It's been going well. Obviously this is my second go around. I got my other ankle done last year, but definitely in like a good place right now, especially just on like the trajectory I'm on. Like haven't had any hiccups and just been able to kind of continue to progress, and they've been doing a great job just monitoring me and not just being like, obviously I've gotten very frustrated with some of the pace we've been moving at, but I just gotta keep that trust in the medical staff and what they have planned for me, and just like the rehab and progression that our strength coach Kurt and trainer Andrew have put in place for me. But so far I've been feeling really good with everything, so definitely feeling optimistic.
With being limited on the court, are you doing extra things off the court to develop your presence as a leader and get that voice in the locker room?
Yeah, so obviously since I can't, I've started to work into some of the like 5-on-0 stuff on the court, so I've been able to kind of be out there with the guys and just try to bring some energy that way. But when I'm not like with them on the court, I'm usually on the side doing my own like extra work with either Kurt or Andrew, or like doing individual workouts with Coach Nate, or some of our GAs like after practice or during practice. But the great part about this team that I've touched on previously was, this is a very like just kind of collective like group of guys. Like we don't really have any like, I guess you'd call them like cliques. And being really in like my 5th year, there definitely are teams that kind of develop. Like, even if guys don't hate each other, there's kind of like, okay, like these guys are over here, and then like there's these guys, and you really only mix like in practice. Like this is a group where, if guys want to like go hang out or go do something, it's just like a text in the group chat or guys just talking in the locker room, and if anybody wants to, it's not really even like an invitation. It's just you just kind of talk about plans and guys go, and so it's kind of been nice to build those connections early on, just through June and July. Just in the locker room, like doing work, or like on the court doing, after practice stuff, or just outside of the gym, just hanging out with them, and kind of build that chemistry that way. And hopefully once I'm able to get back and do a lot, basically for the most part, like a full practice by about the time we get going in August, I'll really get to build that kind of court presence and relationship with them as well. Yeah. So obviously it's been kind of a unique situation. We got we got Bryce in July. We just lost Rink after having him in June and July. We lost Casey obviously for the summer, and he'll be back. Obviously I wish him the best, but I'd like him back sooner than later. And then obviously we just signed the one kid last night, and so he'll be joining us in August. And then, maybe one more. So I'm definitely really looking forward to kind of getting everybody back together and really, like, learning and getting to experience just, like, everybody's tendencies. Because obviously, I've heard a lot about Casey, who's going to be, like, obviously a major part of our offense this year, and just kind of how exciting and, kind of sporadic he can be on the court. And, kind of my job and the role I like to take on is being, like, a really good just kind of, like, glue guy and facilitator, and, like, finding those areas where I can really just like take the team up another level. And so kind of learning his like tendencies and just movements and his just kind of like feel for the game in person is going to be really valuable. But he'll probably be back by about the time I'm going 5-on-5 with the team. So not really any super rush with that. But I'm definitely looking forward to kind of getting to really feel it. Because I've been building my scouting reports from the sideline. Getting back so that way I can give guys a nice defensive presence once I'm back on the court. but obviously, you know, it's better being able to actually be out there than just having to watch.
You're pretty excited to play on 2 good wheels too, right? I mean,
Yeah.
felt like last year you were hindered still with the one.
Yeah, no, I mean, the difference I felt playing with even just like my left ankle fixed was ridiculous, and so I'm really hoping that, you know, this right one gets to that same level that this left one was, and I mean, I could really make another just like major jump just with my like, explosiveness and just kind of pop and like defensive versatility. Because obviously I was still able to do a lot of really great things last year, but I mean, kind of like you said, like I was kind of playing with one flat wheel, and so if I can get that one back and just kind of be able to just focus on just playing and not, you know, like trying not to roll my ankle every 2 minutes, I think it could, you know, lead to some pretty exciting stuff.
So what's your scouting report say about Eli Rice? He's the one true freshman who's here right now.
Yeah, so, I mean, funny enough, like today he had a really good practice. They did like a 15-minute scrimmage and then some extra like little just like segmented stuff, and I think in like, you know, like the 15-minute scrimmage or whatever it was, I think he had like 8 or 10 points and was like the leading scorer, and it wasn't even off like him like forcing shots. You just kind of got him in the flow of the offense, which is a really valuable thing for someone, you know, coming into, you know, obviously being a freshman and at this level as well. Being able to show that poise and that confidence, be able to take the shots when they're available, maybe making yourself available to, you know, just be in a position to score. Because obviously there's that transition of, you know, jumping from high school where, you know, I don't know exactly how they played in high school, but for the most part, usually it's just a little bit like kind of run and gun, like, you know, let the talented kids go. But, you know, he's been adapting to the system, and, you know, I mean, it hasn't been perfect. Like, he's definitely had a learning curve, but he's doing a great job adjusting. And, I mean, I think the best thing is that he's a very well-rounded player. You know, he showed the potential to be a great playmaker. I mean, the shot confidence is no kind of worry. He hasn't had any problem feeling comfortable taking shots in practice. At some times, it's honestly a little bit like, okay, let's tone it down a little bit. But yeah, just like kind of keeping that poise, knowing that, you know, you are playing against a more orchestrated defense than just one-on-one, not getting yourself in like bad situations, like getting trapped in the paint or things like that. But yeah, he showed a lot of great upside, and obviously he's already pretty well built and he's athletic. So I mean, I think the biggest thing for him is like if he can really develop a consistent like high motor, I think he has a very, I mean, obviously I don't know what the coaches are talking about, but I think he has a very strong chance of getting some legit minutes this year. I don't know what capacity that might be, but I mean, he's definitely showed the potential to be in that position.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, guys.